Who is John F. Kennedy? The president who inspired a nation. John F. Kennedy was more than just the 35th president of the United States. He was a symbol of hope, progress, and tragedy. This video explores his rise from a wealthy New England family to the highest office in the land, and the legacy he left behind after one of the most shocking assassinations in history. JFK wasn't just a politician. He was a cultural icon, a wartime hero, and a visionary leader whose words still echo today. This video dives into the charisma, the controversies, and the challenges that defined his presidency. From the Cuban Missile Crisis to the Civil Rights Movement, JFK stood at the center of some of the most defining moments of the 20th century. Who was the man behind the speeches, the scandals, and the legacy? What made his presidency so unforgettable? Today, we explore the life, leadership, and lasting impact of John F. Kennedy, the president who changed America before the world could see all he might have become.
I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man.
Welcome to Who Media, the channel where curiosity leads the way. From famous celebs and cartoon icons to legends and hidden names, we uncover the stories behind the people you know and the ones you don't. John F. Kennedy. Just the name alone feels like America wrapped in charisma, hope, tragedy, and unresolved mystery. The slick hair, the Boston accent, the line, "Ask not what your country can do for you." You feel it, don't you? That mythic weight, that energy? But who really was JFK? Was he the last great president of a simpler time, or a complex man playing politics in the most volatile moment of the 20th century? Was he the golden boy America needed? Or the one it created? Born May 29, 1917, in Brookline, Massachusetts, John Fitzgerald Kennedy didn't exactly come from humble beginnings. His father, Joseph P. Kennedy, was a ruthless businessman and political operator who had one mission: to make one of his sons president. Imagine growing up with that kind of pressure. Would you rise to the occasion or crack under the spotlight? John, or Jack as he was called, was the second oldest of 9 children in a devout Catholic family. Despite constant illnesses, including a very bad case of scarlet fever that nearly killed him, he developed a fierce competitive streak. Harvard, naval service, intelligence, wit, women, charm. Even early on, JFK was magnetic. But how do you lead when your body is weak, your family is larger than life, and every room you walk into expects you to be perfect? During World War II, JFK served in the Navy and famously commanded the PT-109. After a Japanese destroyer sliced it in half, he led his surviving crew to safety, towing one wounded man through shark-infested waters with a rope clenched in his teeth. Yeah, that happened. His heroism made headlines. But was it grit, or the Kennedy family PR machine already working overtime? After the war, JFK entered politics, a congressman by 29, a senator by 35, and in 1960, at just 43 years old, he ran for president, the first Catholic candidate to be taken seriously. Young, handsome, cool under pressure. And that televised debate with Nixon? Game changer. People who listened on the radio thought Nixon won. People who watched on TV, well, they saw the future in JFK. Isn't that wild? That a single camera angle could shift the tides of history? He won, barely, but it was enough. On January 20th, 1961, John F. Kennedy became the 35th president of the United States, declaring that the torch has been passed to a new generation. But what did that generation really want? Peace? Progress? Power? Right out of the gate, JFK faced global pressure. The Cold War was burning hot, and the world stood on the edge of nuclear annihilation. In 1961, the Bay of Pigs invasion, a CIA-led attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro in Cuba, was a humiliating disaster. Many thought it would break him. Instead, Kennedy took responsibility. "Victory has 100 fathers, but defeat is an orphan," he said. That line alone, smooth, reflective, gutsy, showed his mastery of public perception. But did that calm exterior hide a man constantly on the edge? The following year brought the most terrifying standoff in human history, the Cuban Missile Crisis. For 13 days in October 1962, the world held its breath as the US and the Soviet Union faced off over nuclear weapons in Cuba. One wrong move and it was game over, literally. JFK, under unimaginable pressure, chose negotiation over aggression, secret back channels, compromise, a promise not to invade Cuba, a secret deal to remove US missiles from Turkey. Was it brilliant diplomacy or barely contained chaos? Domestically, JFK's record is a blend of vision and hesitation. He supported civil rights, but often cautiously. He introduced plans for Medicare, space exploration, and education reform. He proposed tax cuts and economic stimulus. But many of his ideas didn't pass until after his death. Why was he slow on civil rights? Was it political strategy or fear of fracturing his coalition? Still, he made bold moves when it counted. In June 1963, he delivered a landmark speech calling for civil rights legislation. "The rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened," he said. That same year, he gave his famous speech in Berlin, Ich bin ein Berliner, symbolic, defiant, iconic. Who else could captivate the world like that, speaking not just as a president, but as a symbol? And let's not forget space. JFK lit the rocket fuel under NASA's ambitions. In 1961, he told Congress, "I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon." That speech ignited the space race. It inspired generations. But was it about exploration or proving to the Soviets that America was smarter, faster, and better? But behind the speeches and spotlights, JFK's life was far from squeaky clean. He suffered from Addison's disease, severe back pain, and other health issues he kept hidden from the public. His womanizing was legendary, risky and reckless, with alleged affairs including Marilyn Monroe. How did he balance the weight of the free world with a personal life teetering on the edge? And how much did the media protect him? Could a president today get away with half of what JFK did? Then came Dallas. On November 22, 1963, while riding in a motorcade through Dealey Plaza, John F. Kennedy was shot and killed. The nation was shattered. Walter Cronkite cried on air. Millions mourned. The image of Jackie Kennedy in her blood-stained pink suit became burned into America's soul. But the questions didn't stop. They just began. Was it really just Lee Harvey Oswald acting alone? Or was there more? The Warren Commission said Oswald acted solo, but other theories took root. The Mafia, the CIA, anti-Castro Cubans, even Lyndon Johnson. Decades later, people still ask, who really killed JFK? And why does that question refuse to die? In his death, Kennedy became even more than he was in life, a symbol of lost potential. What if he had lived? Could he have ended the Vietnam War before it spiraled out of control? Could he have passed even stronger civil rights laws? Could he have saved more lives, more dreams? It's almost impossible to separate the myth from the man, the glamorous couple, Jack and Jackie, the image of Camelot, the Kennedy curse. The torch of idealism passed on to his brothers Bobby and Ted, and extinguished again in more tragedy. Was JFK a fallen hero or the creation of perfect PR? To this day, his words resonate. His vision still inspires. He asked Americans to serve, to sacrifice, to believe in something bigger than themselves. And even in this divided era, you'll still hear people say, "We need another JFK." But do they mean the real one or the legend? Ultimately, John F. Kennedy remains one of history's most captivating enigmas. Flawed, brilliant, secretive, and sincere all at once. A president who lived in the moment, died young, and became immortal. The question isn't just, who was he? The question is, why do we still feel his presence like a ghost in the room every time we talk about what America could be? And maybe, just maybe, that's the power of John F. Kennedy. Not just in what he did, but in what he left us still wondering.
I'm not satisfied until every American enjoys his full constitutional rights. If a Negro baby is born, and this is true also of Puerto Ricans and Mexicans in some of our cities, he has about 1/2 as much chance to get through high school as a white baby. He has 1/3 as much chance to get through college as a white student. He has about 1/3 as much chance to be a professional man, about half as much chance to own a house. He has about 4 times as much chance that he'll be out of work in his life as the white baby. I think we can do better. I don't want the talents of any American to go to waste.
Thanks for watching Who Media. We hope you had fun learning something new today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a story. Want to see more cool videos? Head over to our channel and start exploring.